Hi, and welcome to the Fundamentals of Digital Painting. My name is Nas Peters, and in this video we are going to apply the final touches to the character. We'll start off by making the light source coming from the right more prominent and use a completely different color to make it pop out further. You can pick any color you like for the second light source, but by picking a very vibrant color, it'll help make that side of the character pop out as well as give the impression that there is something there in the direction she is looking at. I decide to go with a vibrant light blue. After creating a new layer, I start off by using the gradient tool. It goes from blue to transparent, and it's the circular gradient. Make sure that the outer edges touch the sides only a bit and doesn't bleed into the center of the character, as we want this to be a sharp-edged highlight rather than a big glowy one. You'll notice I tried using the Magic Wand tool to delete a big section of the gradients in excess, but the selection is looking a bit wonky, so I erase the excess color with the eraser tool instead. I also erase it in the areas in the center of the character so the gradient doesn't bleed too far in. This is just to add a subtle shine. We'll be adding more detail later. I set the blending mode to color dodge and lower the opacity a bit so it isn't as harsh. That's looking pretty interesting already. Now we're going to accentuate this highlight further. Zoom in and use a thin brush with the same color blue, opacity at 100%. Be sure to paint this on a new layer. Gently paint along the edges of the illustration. When you're done, don't tweak the blending mode on that layer just yet. Duplicate it first by pressing Ctrl plus the letter J on your keyboard. We are going to apply a blur on the duplicate. You can hide the original layer for now. Go into Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. A panel will pop up and allow you to change the radius of the blur. I set mine at 3.1. Click OK and then change the blending mode of the blurred layer on Color Dodge. Lower the opacity a bit if needed. Then unhide the original layer and only lower the opacity. Mine is set at 37%. The blurred layer gives those sections a bit of a glow, and the original lines sharpen the edges which are brightest. You can then add more gradients on the metal materials to give that more of a reflective feel. The final touches are now complete. In the next video, we are going to add a quick background to finish the illustration. We will be using the same textures used on the metal material and enhance the light sources further. Thank you for listening!